welcome back to Toony Nails, the channel where we paint cartoons on nails. Let's get started right away. I hope those initial images gave you an idea of what we're about to sink into. These are my prepped nail tips, ready to start painting on. And yes, this video is inspired by the Mini Macaron and their beautiful colors because they got that kind of French aesthetic I like. This color here is called Fairy Floss and it is the perfect baby pink. We're just going to start with the backgrounds of our nails. So here I'm applying the first pink and then we're going to do 2 layers of that. Next I'm going to be making my own cream color using white and this very nice kind of sandy peach. It's more on the light orange side color I have from Madame Glam. I'm going to show you the name later. It's a very delicious name. And mix with my favorite gel brush from Leaf Gel. Makes it super easy to apply anything and mix and just paint in general. And I'm going to be applying that to my tips on the corresponding nails, I guess. And that's why I like to have a design already sketched out so that I know what I'm doing and the final product is going to look, you know, all together and beautiful. Unfortunately, when I freestyle, it tends to look like something I'm not very happy with. So I always try to plan ahead before I do like complicated nail art sets. When it comes to color, I mean, you don't really need to plan ahead of time. But yeah, it definitely helps me for sure. But yeah, I'm going to be doing 2 coats of this gorgeous cream color, which I love so much. Eventually I will have all the color. Actually, probably not. I don't know who has like all the colors they need already in a bottle, because for me mixing seems to be doing the trick. If I am working on like a person immediately, then yeah, I would want just the color in a bottle because mixing takes some time and you know, it's a lot easier to just apply straight from the bottle. And this color I've made to be my under waffle color. So later I'm going to be painting this into a waffle. And I want the brown underneath to be like, not exactly my salted caramel here from the Mini Macaron, but something a little lighter than that. So I just mixed it with that sandy nude color that I have. So this is a very simple waffle design. It's nothing crazy. We're just going to be doing, yeah, light brown. Also, that's what all my background colors are going to look like. I just did 2 coats of that brown. Oh, I guess we'll talk about the waffle design later. Right now, I want to talk about this very cute and simple heart design. It is very vanilla and will cater to most people's tastes. You can offer this up in your nail menu very simply. It's just a very girly design with pink and these like super nice cream hearts. It doesn't stick out too much. It's not very spicy, but it is incredibly sweet and definitely on the kawaii side. So you want to line up your hearts just yeah, in a straight line across the middle, and then half of a heart on the edges of the nail. And that is to give the illusion that this is a pattern that was stuck on, right? Because when you want to have a pattern, anything, you want to have a little bit of it coming out of the edge, right? So that it looks like it's going off infinitely into the space. This is my micro detailer brush from Nails by Dev, and it is very useful for doing these tiny details. Then you're going to take a dotting tool and just add dots in between the hearts, just as so. And there you've got a very nice heart design. Super cute. You can have all your nails look like that or just have it as an accent nail. But I love it because it's really simple and it can go with anything. So I did that for the pinky on the other hand, technically. Now we're going to get started on the waffle design, which I mentioned is very, very simple. And this is my very nice, the nude color I was talking about. And yeah, it's called Butter Up. Told you it's going to be a delicious name. And I like to keep all my designs like fairly simple, like not much of my drawings will have like shading or anything like that. Just because I do like cartoons so much and I want to keep this a strictly cartoon channel with cartoony designs, meaning everything's going to be quite simple. So for this waffle design, I'm just doing a ring around a border around my nail. And then I'm going to be adding my classic waffle lines. I know there's like a little bit sticking out of the nail there at the bottom, but don't worry, we can file that off afterwards. So I'm going to be splitting my nail into 3 parts. just a so with 2 lines. And then we're going to be adding the classic waffle pattern with horizontal lines going the other way. Also, you can hear clicking in the background. That's just my boyfriend Bobby, hard at work from home. Just as most of us are. Well, not us. I am not part of this group that works from home. Maybe one day I will work from home as a nail tech and have my own little studio. But until then, I just really want to learn more. So I've gotten a job at a nail salon in my city, so that way I can learn from tons of people and also be surrounded by tons of people all the time, because I like that. I don't like being home alone for the most part. Now I'm just using a thinner brush to fix my lines there a bit, just because that thicker one doesn't really do the perfect lines I was imagining for myself in my waffle pattern. And this looks like it's not waffly enough, so I think I'm going to add more horizontal lines. That way the spaces in between my lines look really square and not like rectangles. Because waffles don't really have rectangular spaces. They have square spaces. So yeah, I want to keep that as square as possible. And I had to do that by adding these extra lines. And I'm going to do that to this finger, and then I'm going to do it to the other finger for the other set. One is strawberry and the other one is chocolate. And like I mentioned, any little bits that are sticking out like that from bad filing earlier, I can just file off and be very gentle not to file off the polish. So now we're going to be working on that syrupy deliciousness that's dripping from our waffle. And I want it to be jam flavored, so I got this red right here. I'm going to be mixing it with some base coat. Doop, 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 doop. And then we're going to be dripping it onto our waffle. Just like that. So it looks like jam, you know. I thought it was quite brilliant of me to come up with this. I'm sure I didn't come up with it. I probably saw it on Instagram somewhere. I don't know. I feel like everybody this year was doing chocolate strawberry sort of vibes for Valentine's Day nails. Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention, this is the last of my Valentine's Day nail series for this year. But I will be making more other designs, right, that are not Valentine-y. I forgot to mention, and I also forgot to do on the video to myself, but I want my waffles to be matte. Because waffles aren't shiny, right, unless they're like, I don't know, oily. I want them to look like they're, dry pieces of pastry. So I'm going to be making them matte with my brush, and I forgot to do it ahead of time with my jam. It'll also make the jam look shiny and then have the underneath waffle be really dry, right? And you get that difference in textures, and that really can up a design. I mean, that's how fashion works, right? You want to have different textures on. What do I know about fashion? Anyway. So I did that with the other nail, and then that way I don't have to do what I did with the strawberry one and have to go around and make it matte and then, around the gloss. It's better to just make it matte to begin with and then do your shiny syrup on top. And this is using the Mini Macaron salted caramel color, which is just so perfect for that kind of chocolatey consistency. It's really thick. Their nail polishes are quite thick, which I like. And they're gel, by the way. I don't know if I had to mention that. I don't think they sell any regular polish. And I know the name of the polish is salted caramel, but I think for this context, it will look like chocolate. I don't think... I mean, it could also be caramel. One hand will be strawberry and the other hand will be caramel. I'm sure that's okay too. But in the context of the video, I want it to look like chocolate. And it kind of does, so... And that's what my other nail looks like once I cured the matte top coat. Then we're going to be adding some top coat, like the regular top coat. And you want to be very, very careful with doing this afterwards, or you're going to be stuck having to redo it. Because I added too much on outside of the chocolate, I guess, design, so I had to clean it up and start all over because it would just make it easier. So yeah, just be very careful when applying your top coat, just like I am being more careful here, using a fine brush and going around with it. Now we're going to be moving on to our more complicated waffle design. This is a heart, so I'm going to be starting with that like toasty brownie color that I mixed earlier to be the base of our waffle, and then afterwards I'm going to be doing the grids with a lighter brown on top. Now what I do like about this design is that it is like relatively quick. It's not like extremely detailed. It's just one color and then another color on top. There's like no shading, no like 3D work, except like the gel being 3D in and of itself. You know, you're not adding any special features so that it looks like it's anything but a two-dimensional drawing. So I like that, and it can maybe actually be done on somebody you're working on at the nail salon. You know, it doesn't take too much time. It's very simple. So I like that about this design, and I like that about most of my designs, that they're not too complicated. And that's a lie, because I do some crazy like 6-hour cartoons, so never mind. But this waffle is it. This is doable and it's nice. So what I'm doing is I'm adding top coat to make it like smooth, right? Because I had those different layers of the base and then the grid, and so I didn't want that texture because I was going to be adding a matte top coat and I wanted it to be all smooth. So I added that like shiny top coat just to get it all like round and nice, and then I'm going to be putting my matte on top so that it just looks smooth and you don't get that texture from the waffle. I mean, if you want it, that'd be nice, but I just feel like with the matte top coat it doesn't really work. Then I'm going to be taking that see-through kind of jelly mixture I made with the base coat and color, and I'm going to be adding jam to my little waffle. I thought this was super cute. When I showed it to my boyfriend, he almost ate it. But he does that with every single nail design I do. He's like, puts it in his mouth, kind of teasing me. But anyway. And then for this one, it's going to be a chocolate syrup. And I decided to do kind of like the squiggly design when you like, I don't know, when you get, I don't even know what context to put it in. But if you're going to be putting like ketchup or on a sandwich or something, or I guess chocolate syrup on a waffle, you like squirt it out in like a little squiggle. I thought that was really pretty and cute. I didn't know how else to put I didn't want to put it on like the jam and kind of splatter everywhere because it might look kind of messy. And then just as an extra, I'm going to be taking that red, the part that's not mixed with the base coat, so just that straight red, and I'm going to be making little strawberries. I think my favorite desserts are the ones that have fresh fruit on them. It just makes it so delicious. I love anything vanilla and fruity, for sure. But I'm not the biggest fan of chocolate, to be honest. So the chocolate waffle is more for Bobby, and then these strawberry waffles will be for me. This is another Mini Macaron color. It's called Emerald Green. It was perfect for Christmas, and it's also perfect for these strawberry leaves. It's like just that kind of green that goes really perfectly with red, this like kind of cherry red. Yeah, this is a green that looks good if you're making like anything obviously foresty and you want some berries in your forest. This is the green, because I guess strawberries come from not tropical places. They come from places that have pine trees, which is a kind of that green color. So maybe that's why that strawberry red looks great with the pine tree green, you know? Because it's found in nature. My mom told me that once. She took a class in interior design and she said colors that look good together are colors that are found in nature naturally. So all those colors of a sunset look great together. So yeah, just a fun fact. If you're at the beach, that sandy color with some blue will look good. Of course, there's different blues in the ocean. Whatever. We'll talk about color theory another day. But that's just a fun fact. Now I'm going to be making my... What is this? Picnic table pattern? There is a name to it. I know Trixie Mattel brought it up in one of her talks. Someone called her shirt like picnic table pattern. And she was like, you uncultured swine. That's not what the... Anyway, I'm uncultured. I don't know what it is. Picnic table design. Because I think that would go perfectly as like napkins for a treat, right? I'm using that red see-through, and I did the same with the brown. I mixed the salted caramel with some base coat, and you want that see-throughness so that you can see the layers of the lines on top afterwards. Then I'm going to be taking a very skinny brush with some of my cream that I made earlier and just making the lines on my picnic cloth design. Yeah, I have to look it up. So, after a quick Google search, I found out this is called gingham. And it doesn't actually have these little white lines, it's just the color. Um, but yeah, fun fact, gingham pattern. Uh, but I just added some extra white lines. I don't know, in my brain that made more sense. Because that's what this channel is. It's also an educational channel. Fun facts with Raquelita. That will be my next YouTube channel. This right here is the pinky nail for the other hand that doesn't have the pretty cute vanilla pattern that we did earlier. And I just wanted it to look like one of those chocolate straws or something. It's still like chocolatey and it goes... I think it gives more of a hint that it's chocolate and not, salted caramel on the other waffles. This is my last design, and it is the cutest of them all. This is like a strawberry pattern design. So I'm taking some of that red. I don't want the see-through red because I want this to be like a solid pigmentation. So I'm going to be doing the strawberries in a row but on a slant, kind of, so diagonal. And then I'm going to be putting them across on that same kind of diagonal line but the other way. So patterns are very geometrical and you kind of want them to be, I mean, not all patterns, but at least patterns such as these. And you kind of want them to be in an orderly fashion, so like lines going across one way of strawberries and then lined up also vertically. And then I'm going to be adding these little pink with that fairy floss. For a good color, for I guess a good color set, you want it all to be kind of repeating. And then the set will look like it's all part of one group, right? So that's what we're doing, we're repeating colors. So after I've done that, we're going to cure it. And then we're going to take that green, that awesome forested green for our strawberries. And we're just going to be doing the little leaves. It's 1, 2, 3 leaves. Just like that, using the tip of the paintbrush. So it's 1, 2, 3. Just like that. Easy. Then afterwards, we're going to take some of that white cream and be adding the little dots to the strawberries. I think next time I do my nails, I'm going to do them all like this. Just all in this strawberry pattern. I think it would be really fun. If you saw my last YouTube video with the recess characters, also one point about these strawberry seeds, I don't want them to be on a line like that. I don't think it's that cute. It might be accurate, but it doesn't look as cute. So I'm just going to be taking some alcohol and brushing that off a little bit. And I want my seeds to be circular because it makes it look cuter than having the lines across. This is a cartoon channel. We don't want too much accuracy, we just want cuteness. What was I saying, right? In my last YouTube video, I made some recess nails, and one of them is like a pink, just like a pink nail with some red flowers on it with the yellow center. I loved that so much. I made my entire hand look like that. So that's really cool about having all these sets with different patterns. Sometimes I just fall in love with one pattern and then just have it on all my nails. And that is what I'm going to do with the strawberry pattern. But here you go. This is the final set. So beautiful, right? See, I love that I'm repeating the strawberries in one hand and then having them in the waffle there and the little heart waffle. And everything that's chocolatey just kind of stays underneath and it's nice and brown. I love this set so much. It's very delicious and it's very Valentine-y and romantic. But I think it can also be year-round. But that's just nails, right? Even when they're pink and have hearts, it just looks like they're normal. Nice and girly, right? Anyway, thank you so much for watching my video. I know it was late this week, but at least it's here, right? Better late than never. So thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. Also, check out this beautiful photography I did. Look, I'm such a marketing genius. Having the cookies and the bottles. You can see more pictures on my Instagram. Make sure to go there and give it a heart. And you can see my other designs also, behind the scenes stuff. Thank you. See you next week. Don't forget to use cuticle oil. Bye.